So hi, my name's Matt. I'm Head of Growth at Swanky. Thanks for watching our Tips in 10 series, where we seek the best advice from our partners to help online retailers adapt to the rapidly changing e-commerce environment. Today, we have Claudia from Klevu. So over to you. Please, can you introduce yourself and tell us what your tool does?
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. My name's Claudia from Klevu. So I look after partnerships for Klevu in the UK, and this year also branching into APAC, which is super exciting. So for those of you that haven't heard of us, we're an e-commerce search and merchandising tool. We leverage machine learning and natural language processing to optimize search results. So at the core of Klevu, we connect the most relevant products to customers for retailers of all sizes.
So for online retailers who haven't really considered the importance of on-site search, what are some of the key benefits of providing a streamlined search experience at the moment?
Yeah, so I guess at the moment there's going to be a lot of people shopping online that wouldn't normally be shopping online. So, and for a lot of customers, the first port of call is actually to make a search, especially if you know what you're looking for or you're a high intent buyer. And you could really be missing out on a lot of revenue if your search tool can't handle something as simple as like a misspelling. So the other day I was on a store, I won't name and shame, but I was trying to buy some sportswear and I misspelt the brand, and I just presumed that they didn't sell it. But when you actually did some more digging, they actually did. So it's really important to be able to handle variations of how people are searching, how they're typing, especially in a time where probably now more than ever, people are going to be searching a lot more. So having that intelligent, enhanced search tool that can really understand the customer intent will really help increase conversion rate at this moment in time.
Yeah, that's a good example. People seem to not really care too much about their spelling when they're typing for things anymore, do they?
Yeah.
Hit the keypad and just hope for the best. No? So
Yeah.
it's good that
like people like you might separate. So my example was Under Armour. I spelt it as one word, but it's actually two separate words. So it can be anything as small as just like a space in between that could be really detrimental, and you could lose a sale over. It sounds silly, really.
But it's not silly. It makes complete sense. So for online retailers in particular at the moment, how can they optimize their on-site search functionality to help them drive sales and increase traffic that they might be experiencing at the moment?
So I think the key thing is if you're using like a third party like Klevu or another provider, if you're putting that money into search and you've got a really good search tool, make sure people can actually find your search bar. Like so many of our clients will spend lots of money on like Klevu, and then you go onto their site, you go onto their mobile, and you can't actually see the search bar. So what we would say is just make sure it's really central on desktop and expose it on mobile as well. So one of our clients, Made.com, initially had the search bar hidden in the nav, and then they tested exposing it full width on mobile to try and get more traffic through there. And because people who search tend to convert better, at Klevu we find it's around 3 to 5 times more likely. They found that their conversion rate and revenue through search shot up because people will actually then using the search bar. So I definitely say make sure it's centralized on mobile and on desktop, and then also using some form of placeholder text normally works quite well. So a lot of people don't think search can handle really conversational style queries. They tend to be quite simplistic when they're searching, but with a tool like Klevu, we can use natural language processing, which enables us to understand the more Amazon-esque Google type queries. So Made.com, another really good example, you can search by like 2-seater sofa in grey under £400. So like super detailed. So having that placeholder text, search for brand, colour, size, inspiration, it might even be content, blog, tells customers that go on, try and be more experimental in how you're searching. That's
brilliant. So in effect, it's the kind of thing that you would type into Google, but just on a retailer's website. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So the point is, the more detail you can extract from that customer, the quicker you can serve that result. So if I just type in jumper, then I've got to wait for a load time, hit several filters to find the jumper I'm looking for. Like being able to search that query from the onset. Like, I want a jumper with sparkles. You might want to pull in reviews into that. We're just trying to get as much detail as we can to serve the customer the most relevant result.
Great. So are there any brands in particular that really stand out from the way that they're helping customers find, or at least aiding the discoverability of products on their websites at the moment?
There's a few actually. So we've just gone live with Brewdog. They're doing really well at the moment because I think a lot of people are just sitting home and drinking. There's not much else to do. So they've completely redesigned their search. They've got like content pages. They've hard coded things like their delivery and returns, because that's something people are really interested in, given that things are slowed down a bit. And then they've got products as well. So they've got all of this really cool information in one search box. So you might initially be coming on just to, I don't know, like you might have just type in beer, but then you're greeted with loads of author suggestions, popular products, content pages. So we're trying to serve a lot more than just purely products, which has worked really nicely for them. Another example, Pi Skincare, they're on Shopify Plus, and skincare is quite another big thing they're doing really well at the moment. So they've pulled in content into their search as well. So you can type things like oily skin, and then you'll find the products tagged that are suitable for oily skin, but you'll also find the blog content which talks about oily skin as well. So it's really trying to promote like buying products that are suitable for your skin and improve that customer loyalty as well. So I think that's a really nice example. And it looks great on desktop as well. And then finally, another one actually, Cox & Cox, one of our other clients, they've just implemented voice search as well. So again, testing out those longer tail queries and how that's affecting the searches, whether that leads to more conversions and revenue as well. So we've got a lot of clients testing a lot of cool stuff out at the moment, which is really great. That's
cool. So is that voice search on desktop or primarily on mobile?
So it's on both, but it's only on Chrome. It's a browser problem as opposed to a Klevu problem. We can only implement it on Chrome, but they've got it working on desktop and mobile, and they've seen really good results. A lot of people are voice searching for like desks and table chairs at the moment because they're setting up like their home working environment, which is good. So yeah,
that's cool. Do you think it's the future?
Kind of got to say yes, haven't I? Like, there's a lot of stats saying that loads of young people, like millennials, are doing a lot of it, but I mean, I'm quite traditional. I would just search, but I can imagine how a lot of people, like you've got the Amazon Alexas, the Siris of the world now, a lot of people are getting accustomed to doing more voice searches. So maybe in the future, but I think currently it's still a nice to have as opposed to a really imperative part of an e-com site.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So just looking at it from the other point of view, so how can site search keywords be used to inform a marketing strategy?
That's a really good question. So in a lot of search with Klevu or other providers, you will get some form of analytics. So when we do the training, what we do is teach merchants and merchandisers, like especially what they should be looking for. So one really good part of analytics to look at is no results found. And the reason why is people are searching for this keyword, expecting it to be found on your site. And for whatever reason, no results are pulling through. It might be as simple as that you don't stock the product. So we've had a lot of clients look at that list and build out their product offering around that because people are like, they want to buy these products. Some clients as well, they've run campaigns on social. So one that comes to my head is Grenson's, the leather shoe retailer. So they had Holly Willoughby promoting some of their boots on I'm a Celebrity and on This Morning. So loads of people were coming on site and searching for Holly, which means absolutely nothing in terms of the product catalogue we've indexed. And it was driving a lot of results, and that was flagged, and all they did was create a synonym. So anytime someone searches Holly, they see the boot range she's promoting. So it can be simple things like that, which will, save those conversions that you could lose if you didn't recognize them in the analytics.
Brilliant. So in effect, it's just making life a lot easier for the customer, and then for the retailer, hopefully generating more conversions.
Exactly. And it might be as simple as we don't stock this product, but we sell something similar.
Yeah.
So rather than have, we can't find anything, you're still serving something to try and keep the user on site, keep them engaged, as opposed to exiting and going onto a competitor site at that point.
So how would you compare to, say, Shopify's native search? What would retailers see as the difference there?
So I think a lot of it would be based around things like the error tolerance side of things. So if you're misspelling something with Klevu, that would be out the box. We would recognize any misspellings, any stop words, anything like that. I also think the machine learning is a real benefit against native Shopify. So within our product, we have an automated algorithm that's constantly learning what people are searching and what they're buying. And that's how we rank the products. So we're saving merchandisers a lot of time in ordering the products by providing them just a layer of popularity. And then on top of that, I would say we allow merchandisers to override machine learning as well. So within native Shopify, you don't really have much control over the results. But with Klevu, you can use our merchandising tool and implement your own logic. So it might be something as simple as we're running a sale on all women's yoga under £10, a flash sale. So within Klevu, you could pull through all the tags of those products and boost them automatically. So there's a lot of different cool things you can really get your hands on by using a third party as opposed to just a native search.
Lovely. Okay, great. Well, thank you, Claudia, for your advice at this time, and thank you at home for watching. If you'd like to keep up to date with the next in our Tips in 10 series, hit like and subscribe. If you want to discuss any of today's topics, you can contact us on the form on swankyagency.com.